welcome back to my channel. So I have long hair now. I have extensions. How you doing? So I can't believe I've never filmed a video like this before, but today is going to be kind of like all about how I do my everyday natural glam makeup. I am super excited to partner with Tweezerman for this video. I'm going to be using their brushes. These are their Brush IQs. I have used them a bunch in the past and I really like them and they're super affordable. I also think that they're really great quality for the price, so yeah, I'm really excited. So first, I'm gonna start off with my moisturizer. I'm actually gonna use the Tweezerman foundation brush for this. So I'm just gonna dip right into my Tatcha water cream, get kind of like a nice amount and just kind of layer it on the skin. This is a really good technique for those of you who don't really like to stick your fingers on your face when you're applying moisturizer. And also you're gonna wanna apply moisturizer like this to your clients if you are an MUA. So next, I like to prime my face. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is hands down my fave. So I'm just going to pat it on my skin first, and then blending it in with the foundation brush as well. So next step, I usually like to always start with my eyes. That's just kind of been a technique that I've been comfortable with for a while. So I'm going in with the NARS Medium 1 Custard in the Soft Matte Complete Concealer Pot. Woo, that is a mouthful. And I'm gonna take the Tweezerman shader brush and just apply this all over the eyes, kind of priming and also highlighting my brows as well. I really have been loving this concealer lately. It's really lightweight and it just is really full coverage. The good thing about these brushes too is that they just blend the product super easily. And then after our concealer's on, I'm just going to take any translucent powder on the pointed foundation brush and kind of just pat it into the eyes. That way our shadows will blend better and that way the concealer won't crease as well. For eyeshadow, I've been using the Violet Voss Pro Ride or Die palette for like almost every day. It finds a way to sneak itself into my life. And usually when I'm doing my more like everyday glam, like natural looks, I'll tend to stick with shadows on this side of the spectrum. So first going in with the shade Erica, and I'm going to take the Tweezerman pointed concealer brush for this, kind of going back and forth. You know the drill, windshield wiper motions. You're so much tanner than me. I'm like a pale ghost next to you. Next, we are gonna take the color Caitlin, and you guys know. And this time I'm taking the shader brush and going to use the tip of it to kind of go back and forth, defining the crease a little bit more. And like I said, guys, these brushes are just so easy to blend with. And then just packing on the shade Isabella on the entire lid using that same shader brush. This brush is just really great for like multi-purpose. And so that's it, guys. Literally 3 eyeshadows to do this. Very easy, very simple. So next I'm taking the Tarteist Double Take Liner and I'm just gonna draw like a thin line. I haven't been doing a wing as much, kind of switching it up a bit. But yeah, I mean, feel free to do a wing, feel free to not do a wing. This is just like when I think of natural everyday glam, this is kind of what comes to my mind. Ooh, gotta be quiet when you're doing this. I swear, I sometimes don't breathe when I do my liner. Anyone else? Just taking some Man Eater mascara from Tarte and popping these on, prepping for the falsies. And for lashes, I am using Lilly Lashes in the style NYC. Really love these. They're super natural, or at least for me, for my eye shape, they're not as like, bam, as some other lashes that I've tried. And then just applying some Duo eyelash adhesive, the dark tone. Adding a thin layer, you don't need a thick layer, girl. Okay, so now that these are popped on, I'm gonna move on to foundation. Using my all-time favorite, this is the Makeup Forever foundation stick, and I am in the shade R370, so I'm just gonna lay some down. You don't need a lot of this foundation, which is good. It'll last you a really long time. Taking the Tweezerman flat top foundation brush, I'm just going to buff this into the skin. This is a really soft brush. Picking up that same concealer from NARS and the blender brush from Tweezerman, I'm just going to apply this in the areas where I want to conceal and highlight, so right under the eye area. And with me, I really love my concealer, so I always kind of put a lot. You definitely don't need to put this much, but this is honestly how much I like. And then to add a little bit more highlights and concealer to the area, I'm just taking the Shape Tape and kind of going on top, adding just some couple of lines. For contour, I'm taking the Hoola Quickie contour stick and the contour concealer brush from Tweezerman. I really love this brush because you can really get in there and just chisel those cheekbones. I just love that, you know? I'm using the sides of the brush to kind of like carve out where my nose contour is gonna be. To blend everything out, I'm taking the Tweezerman blender. This guy's really, really cute. Get that Cupid's bow. I just find it so much easier to blend out my concealer and contour with like a sponge like this. I really, really have been loving the CoverFX Perfecting Setting Powder in the translucent shade. So I'm just going to tap the under eyes with this. This is the Tweezerman blush brush. Getting that under eye area, making sure I'm not gonna crease. And then taking this monstrous powder brush, I'm just going to dip in and kind of powder my entire face. This is also kind of a new technique that I've been doing that I've really been liking. Kind of just with this powder specifically, I feel like I can powder my entire face without it getting really, really dry, which I love because I love me a good matte look every now and then. So now that we have everything kind of powdered and set, I'm taking the Tarteist Pro Glow in the color down here, Sculpt, with the blush brush from Tweezerman, and I'm just going to start sculpting out my cheeks. I really love this brush for contouring actually because it's really fluffy, so it'll give you a very buildable contour. And also taking this to contour the rest of the head. And that chin, girl, gotta get that chin. Adding a little bit of bronzer. This is MAC Give Me Sun. And the Tweezerman Finishing Contour. Just going to add this right on top of our contour. Just kind of warm it up. This is a really good bronzer brush as well. Picking back up the finishing contour brush, I'm just going to... Dude, that's the one bad thing about my hair. It sheds everywhere now that I have extensions. And I'm just picking up the Dior Nude Illuminizer and I'm just going right over. This brush is really nice for applying highlight as well because you can really blend it out and buff it out nicely. Using the blush brush from Tweezerman and NARS Super Orgasm, I am just going to pop on some blush on the apples of my cheeks. I really, really love this color of a blush. It does have some sparkles in it, but listen, I would put 1,000 glitters and sparkles on my face any day, to be completely honest. To top this look off, we obviously need a lip. Hello! So I'm going in with Tarteist Lippy Paints. And this is in the color Festival. I've really been loving this shade lately. It's like a pink mauve tone, literally my favorite shades ever. So I'm just gonna pop this on. And it really looks nice with my skin tone as well. Alright guys, and this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this natural glam makeup tutorial. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Tweezerman brush IQs. I'm gonna link everything in the description box for you, so if you're interested, there you go. Alright, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!